Now, as far as step 29 goes here, I've got about as much on as I want to get on. There is the jack stand. They want us to put that on in 29, but as you remember, the jack stand, I broke it quite a while ago. I don't know why it is that I broke the jack stand quite a while ago when we don't need it until right now. But I was thinking of using a little pin to replace the plastic part that I broke off. But I was wondering, first before I do the pin, I'm going to see if I can't just glue this on here. I'll reposition the camera and we'll move in a little closer. Now, I know that I have a tendency to be constantly moving stuff around when it's in the field of view. But the reason I do that is because when you're looking at it on the video, you're only seeing a two-dimensional picture. And if it's not moving, you don't really know. You don't know what is the shape of it. But when it's moving, your brain takes that 2 dimensions and makes a 3-dimensional image out of it. And you can see the depth and everything like that, even though in reality you can't see depth. But okay, now here's what's happened. I do believe that this piece right here, I added on. I'm not sure. No. Now that I look at it closely, no, that's the way it came off the sprue. Okay, I did not glue this part on. I must have tried to glue something else on here because you can see the way the glue is kind of globbed up there. Now, did this originally break off from there like that? I can't remember. But I'm wondering if I was to take this piece here, like this. You notice it's got this little thing up on the end here that gives it a little bit of realism. Now, I'm almost positive if I was to try and glue it like that, it's going to break off again. But what if I was to, make it about 3-4 millimeters shorter than normal? No one's going to know, unless you tell. Anyway, how would it be if I tried to glue it like that? Because basically, that's what I would be doing if I tried the pin. I cut the point off, and I'd be gluing the pin like that. I couldn't glue it on the end like that. I don't think it would stick, unless there was quite a blob of glue going on there. So let's just try this and see how it's going to go. I'll have to rig something up that's going to hold it. Maybe I'll use the helping hand somehow, and if they can just hold it just like that, and then if it's not quite straight, let's say that the glue hardens or sets. I don't know if I'll use CA or extra thin. I haven't decided yet. But if the glue hardens and it's not quite straight, maybe I could heat it with a heat gun to, get it up to about 220 degrees or so, and then slowly bend it the way it's supposed to go. And then maybe when it cools, it'll stay that way. That's the plan for right now. Okay. Spent the last few minutes just scraping off the excess glue and what have you off of these little parts here. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a bad idea, but I'm going to give it a few seconds in the, or maybe I should say a minute in the ultrasonic. I don't know how well ultrasonic works on plastic. It might not be hard enough. Anyway, here we go. It's in there somewhere. Okay. So this is the Iwata airbrush cleaner. And I'm just going to now get the residue of that off with isopropyl here. Now let's not get too exuberant and spill something and make a mess. Oh yeah, it got on there. Alright, we'll let that dry off. Now I'm hoping here that the isopropyl did not dissolve the plastic. Just use one of Tennessee Jim's Q-tips here to absorb the isopropyl out of there. About 3 or 4 minutes has passed. I would have thought that would have evaporated by now, but apparently it didn't. No, the plastic looks okay. Now the whole idea of doing this was to so that the glue would stick really, really well to the plastic. I'm noticing up here this is sort of deformed. I'm wondering, was it like that before? Maybe I just never looked at it this closely before, that's all. The paper towel does not appear to be sticking to the plastic. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. Just give it a few minutes here to evaporate off. I would say it's probably 90% or better evaporated off now. Okay, what do we got going on here on the end of this little flagstaff here? Is that plastic or? I honestly don't know at this point. Let's stick on the super macro. All it was just a little piece of dust. And when I was trying to get it onto the helping hands, it came off all by itself. Anyway, all we've got left now is just a tiny little piece of sprue where it was connected on. And I think the extra fine sanding disc very carefully will get rid of that. Now the reason I'm doing this shot here is just strictly so you can get perspective. Just so that you can get an idea of how small this little part we were looking at really was. Now let's see if I can carefully sand the top off. Well, here's hoping I don't have the top of that thing overexposed. I'm hoping you can see the little tiny burr that we're going to try and get off. I'm going to first use my medium and just gently go across the top. Okay, I think I basically got it. I'm going to use the fine. Now this fine is kind of worn out. Oops. Let me check the monitor. Oh, it's still there. I don't want to have to do this again. Well, actually, I can't do it again. I think we got the worst of the burr or the piece of sprue. Yeah, it's somewhat better anyway. Okay, now let's see if we can glue this together somehow. Okay, it has taken about 10 minutes to get set up to what you see here. It was really difficult to get these alligator clips to cooperate. Now, I'm going to be using the CA medium here. We're just going to touch a little bit on here. And hopefully, I don't knock this apart. Okay, I do believe this is probably going to wick its way in. No, don't anybody breathe. At least half an hour has passed here, maybe 45 minutes. But I'm still not going to put any stress on this. Just move it carefully out of the way here. We'll paint it later. And what time is it here? Can you read my watch? It's going on for 3 o'clock. I've got to wind this up. Well, let's just have a quick look here. We're basically done with step 29. I know, and I keep saying a lot of pieces aren't glued on, but we're not going to be doing that for a few months. And that includes the jack stand. Okay. Step 30. We're working on the stern section. More davits. Aww. When did I do the... Oh, I think I did. I think I did cut those off. Or didn't I? I should have done them all at the same time. Anyway, some more little parts here on step 30. But that's going to be tomorrow. Oh, you'll notice it talks about the, the propellers and the propeller shafts and the rudder and stuff like that. But we're going to be leaving that until near the end as well. So, anyway, thanks for watching. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow. I'll get some fresh coffee.